Okay, good morning. So last class we just started the introductory part of advanced communication system. The first module is on microwave. Only a few hours on this microwave. So we'll just see uh, the microwave system. So normally FM microwave, FM is preferred over air. And when you have a link, microwave link, it means there are two antennas which are seeing each other, and the baseband signal is modulated on a carrier which is in gigahertz range. So the baseband signal is not just a single signal. It would be many thousands of voice and data circuits clubbed together, multiplexed together, because the bandwidth is large. So it's not just one voice signal or one data circuit or one TV channel. There will be many thousands of such signals multiplexed together over a microwave carrier. It can carry high-speed data, facts, broadcast quality audio, commercial TV signals, and it is the most economical means for providing communication circuits where there are no existing metallic cables or optical fiber. So presently you don't have some cables laid, then the easiest method would be this microwave. Or if you have mountains or valleys, or if you have terrains which are not suitable for digging cables, like mountains and valley hills, then only option available is this microwave. And it is so these are the general features of microwave system, and it has a line of sight communication. Now the baseband signal, you should know what a baseband signal. It's a composite signal, and that modulates frequency modulates a carrier. That signal is modulates a carrier, which is the microwave carrier, and that signal would have many voice band channels, frequency division multiplex voice band channel, because each channel would be on a uh, on a slot of frequency, and many such frequency multiplex channels would be there, or it could be time multiplex voice band channel, and there could be broadcast quality video or picture data, wideband data. All these things are multiplexed at various levels. They are grouped, master group. All these groupings are done, and that forms the baseband composite signal. So you form a baseband input. It's not just a TV channel or just one voice channel. It is a clubbing or multiplexing of thousands of signals here, thousands of signals. And that comes to the initial part, so which is a baseband section. And there's a pre-emphasis circuit. Pre-emphasis means you are emphasizing higher frequency, which are prone to more attenuation. So pre-emphasis network precedes FM deviator, which is a modulator. It provides boost in amplitude to higher frequency, ensures more uniform SNR for all frequency. So there will be suffering, there will be a gain, loss of gain for higher frequency, that is compensated by having a characteristic which has a boost for higher frequency here. Then there is a modulator. So this is the baseband section. You don't convert the frequency, the baseband as such. And now you modulate it. So it's normally frequency modulation. So this frequency modulation deviator provides modulation. not directly to microwave, typically to an IF which is 70 megahertz typically. So you don't modulate directly to RF, you modulate to an IF. So this is a modulator and IF section. So this is the baseband section, this is the modulator, FM modulator and IF section, and then it is amplified and bandpass filter. So you first convert it into a, what is the range of frequency of a TV signal, which is the large bandwidth signal here, which should be some 5 megahertz. Okay. TV is from 0 hertz to 5 megahertz. So all these are modulated on an IF, which should be typically say 70 megahertz. And then you have an up converter where you have a microwave generator, and this 70 megahertz is converted to gigahertz here by mixing with a local oscillator, which is a microwave signal, and this is 70 megahertz over which this baseband signal is FM modulated, and this is converted here, up converted to RF, and then it is transmitted. So this line is regarding this FM modulation. It has this modulation index, and it produces narrowband FM. So this is regarding this one, this FM modulation. Here IF of 70 megahertz. Then this IF is up converted to microwave by mixer, oscillator, and bandpass filter. So here you could have a multiplier instead of mixer, but we choose mixer because it doesn't affect the modulation index. You don't multiply. You are using a mixer, oscillator, and bandpass filter. And you need to provide a microwave here. And that microwave consists of a crystal oscillator followed by a series of frequency multipliers. For example, you have a 125 megahertz crystal oscillator. You multiply with a factor of 48, you get 6 gigahertz microwave carrier. So you need a microwave carrier. You have a oscillator of low frequency. You multiply it by a factor and convert it into microwave. And this IF will modulate this carrier, and you get this RF power. RF, and that is amplified here in the RF section. It is connected to the transmitting antenna. So channel combining network. So here, before the microwave transmitter, you can combine channels. If this is one channel, you can have another channel. You can add both and combine and then transmit. So this is just one channel. You can have similar many channels, and you can combine here using a combining network and then transmit over a single antenna. That is what is written in the last. So this is the general FM microwave transmitter block diagram. So this is the transmitter. You have the baseband signal, which are thousands of individual signals, multiplex, pre-emphasized. Then FM modulator, you go to IF, which is 70 megahertz. Then you have this microwave. You convert it into RF. And in the receiver, so here we are talking about a channel separation. Here you get the corresponding channel, demultiplex it, and then you amplify this weakened signal. You convert it into IF. You demodulate it, de-emphasize. You get the reverse process. These are all the reverse process. So if there are multiple channels, you separate the channels. You then do this filtering mixer. You convert it into convert from RF to IF. Then you demodulate the FM, and that demodulation is used to done by non-coherent FM discriminator detector, like a discriminator, and FM detector. You do the inverse of pre-emphasis. So to boost this, which we had boosted the amplitude of high frequency, so that is reversed, and you get the output. So So here you have a microwave tower, you have a line of sight link, and you have a receiver tower, and you get the receipts. So this is the basic from microwave radio system. Frequently, yesterday I told that the two uh, antennas should see each other, and there is a separation between the antenna. How far apart you can have these two antennas? So it is almost around 50 kilometers, a rough valley. So what if you have a long haul system and you have to transmit, say, 250 kilometers? So when you have to reach a destination which is 250 kilometers away, a one link is not the solution. You need multiple links, and hence the need for repeaters arises. So there is a repeater which will receive the signal from transmitter. You again amplify it and retransmit, maybe a same frequency or different frequency, and you can extend the range. Now this is 50 kilometers and this is 50 kilometers, you get 100 kilometers. Like that, you add the number of repeaters, you can have a long haul system. So a repeater receives signals, amplifies, reshapes, and retransmits. So a microwave link uh, between a transmitter and receiver may be restricted to 50 kilometers. So you need a series of links, in which case you need repeater stations in between. So location is influenced. So how you locate this repeater is influenced by nature of terrain. So you need to look at the mountains, the buildings, forest, lakes, all these things. So route planning is required. So line of sight, path clearance, any obstacles. So what is the received signal strength? Depending. So these are not guided transmission. It is through the common atmosphere. So you have to take care of all these surroundings, and even the local rainfall pattern could affect the transmission. So all these are considered in this route planning, and we can arrive at a link distance, and you can plan a route, and you can place depending upon the terrain and obstacles found on that locality. So that is how you place this repeaters. So the distance between this transmitter and receiver actually depends on various factors. What is the output power of the transmitter? And what is the expected receiver noise threshold? In dBm, it is specified the sensitivity. What is the terrain? What are the atmospheric conditions? And what is the magnitude of the capacity of the channels? What are the reliability objectives? Like what should be the error probability? That is a deciding factor. The system would have objectives like a bit error rate. So depending on that, and the performance expectation. So all these are considered while taking into account how apart this transmitter and receiver, or a transmitter and a repeater, or a repeater or a receiver, or from a repeater to another repeater, the the stations are placed. We have to take into account various factors. So this repeaters, there are three types of repeaters. One is which operates in the IF, intermediate frequency. So this is an IF repeater. So this is a transmitter. Here it is received, and the received signal is in the RF. So there is a filter. So you have this RF. Only the wanted range is allowed, and you convert it using a microwave generator and a mixer to IF. That is 70 megahertz. And in this IF, the signals are amplified. Again, it is mixed So another frequency you convert to RF, a filter, you amplify it, you transmit. So it is strengthened. The weak signal here at the repeater converted to IF, amplified in IF, transmitted in RF after amplification. So this is one repeater which operates in IF. So received RF carries down converted to IF, amplified, reshaped, up converted to RF, transmitted. So there are three types of microwave repeaters. One is IF repeater, one is baseband repeater, one is RF repeater. So to what extent you down convert it at the repeater station decides the type of repeater. You can down convert the RF to IF, it is an IF repeater. You can down convert the RF to baseband, it is a baseband repeater. Or you can just amplify in the RF itself, it is an RF repeater. So depending upon the frequency of the repeater, the amplification taking place in the repeater, you can have these three types of microwave repeater, and here it is mentioned the IF repeater. Now, if you have an IF, you demodulate it to baseband and amplify in the baseband, then you get a baseband repeater. So you need one more stage in baseband repeater. You bring it down to baseband and then you again amplify it, then you bring it up to IF, you bring it up to IF, and then you bring it to RF, amplify and see. So what is the advantage of this? Baseband repeater, RF is down converted to IF, amplified to demodulated to baseband, amplified, demodulated to baseband. Now normally we have FM. Now there is a multiplexing. So I told there are thousands of signals. You can demultiplex it. The baseband signal can be demultiplexed here. And you can reconfigure the multiplexing at this repeater station. So this demodulated to master group, super group, or group, even channel level. So baseband signal can be reconfigured to meet the routing needs of the network. Suppose this link, the routing needs are different. You can have the option of reconfiguring the channels and then modulate up convert to IF and then RF. So this is another type of repeater in which you bring the signal down to IF and then to baseband, and an option to reconfigure the signals is available, and then you bring it high to IF and then to RF. You see this one, this configuration is again baseband repeater in which there is no option of reconfiguring. Whatever is brought down to IF and to baseband is as such amplified to IF and then RF and SEN. So baseband reconfiguration is not done. Here you have the option of demultiplexing and further multiplexing from maybe some other signals are available. So this baseband repeater two types, which is reconfigurable and non-reconfigurable. So normally the baseband frequency, so I told the TV signal up to 5 megahertz. In some TV system it could go up to 9 megahertz. So baseband frequency are less than 9 megahertz. Okay, that's the range of baseband signal. IF is between 60 and 80, which is normally 70 megahertz. So for a baseband repeater, you need filters and amplifiers which are in this range only, less than 9 megahertz. So it is easier to design and less expensive than those required for IF repeater. In the IF repeater, you are operating in the IF range which is 70 megahertz. So you need amplifiers operating at 70 megahertz. You need filters in 70 megahertz, and which are more costly, and so the expense, the cost should go up. Whereas baseband, it is Less than 9 megahertz means the design is simpler, cost is less. But however, disadvantage is you need to demodulate the FM. That FM equipment is also required. You convert it into baseband by demodulation. So you have these options. The IF repeater is there. The baseband repeater is there. Baseband which is reconfigurable or not reconfigurable is there. And the expense for amplifiers and filters at different frequencies are different. The higher the frequency, the more expensive, the more involved it becomes the design. Lower frequencies are simpler to design. So a lot of factors are there in choosing this repeater station. And simply you can have an RF to RF repeater. You have this incoming, you mix with this some other local oscillator. This is somewhat difference of this. You convert into RF, you just transfer. So this is another possibility. You don't go to IF. You don't go to baseband. You just change some frequency by mixing with a microwave. This is in gigahertz. So just this plus and minus, and you take it out the plus or minus through this filter, and you just transmit it. It's a RF to RF repeater. So there are three types of repeaters. Three types of repeaters. You bring the signal down to IF, or you further demodulate and bring it to baseband, and you can option of reconfiguring is there, or without reconfiguration again in the baseband, or just retain in the RF, don't bring it down. So different versions of repeaters, and your design of amplifiers and filters depends on this frequency. So these are these things I want to tell you today. And any doubts you can just put here. So I'm taking only half-hour classes. Tomorrow also we have class, I think at 10:30. So